see the crowd.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I acknowledged. So.
Hey, welcome to Angelique Chat Podcast. You are on air with your host, Angelique Valentine Diva Everett. I've got a special guest on air with me, an amazing and wonderful friend of mine, Jeremy Pratt. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Angelique. I'm coming. Yeah, here I am. Okay. Hi, Angelique.
He is an artist, author, and poet.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be hearing him recite one of his newest poems after I read my social media section. Hey, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really well today, actually. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
We got a lot of, I'm actually been, well, I tell you when I get to that part of the podcast, because I do have a positive vibe corner, so.
Okay. Sure.
All right, so tell me about Jeremy.
Jeremy is an adult with that makes the best of his life, even though he has a developmental disability, but he enjoys writing poetry, which he hopes to get back to real soon. And someday start writing some new stuff. Still doing a lot of artwork, and I really love what I do, and I really want to reach out and hopefully inspire more people to come in the future. So.
Okay, and it's good that you mentioned about your poetry, because this is actually the second question that I'm going to be asking you about your poetry. So,
Sure.
But before I get into doing that, I know you are an artist.
Right.
And I know you have a couple of paintings in the art gallery. What art gallery do you have your paintings in?
I currently have some artwork at a coffee shop in North Tonawanda. It's called Coffee and Stone. They are located right across the street from the Riviera Theater. And it's a very nice place where you can go to have... It's mainly open for breakfast and lunch, so you can enjoy a nice cup of coffee or a smoothie or a nice meal. And they have a separate part of their building that they allowed me to set artwork set up along the walls. And I've met the owner. He's a very nice man, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
I definitely gotta go and check that out. All right. I love to support you, so I was definitely like to check that out.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
It means a lot.
So I know you said you haven't written new poetry yet, but are you thinking about writing new poetry?
Yes, I am thinking about writing new poetry. I really want to get back to writing soon. I have really missed it, and I really want to just be able to write some new stuff.
I definitely agree. I got a couple of new poems kind of in my head, but I haven't kind of written it down on paper yet.
Okay.
So I gotta kind of get into doing that like you. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Everything takes... Writing and artwork just is a process. You just take your time, when it feels right to write something, write it down when you get the chance, or when you want to be creative with your art. It's let the colors flow and see where they take you.
Yeah, I actually just started, because I just changed the name of my podcast, and then I was thinking about it, and it kind of came to me. So I'm kind of I sat down and I kind of redid the logo and everything for the
Saw that.
podcast. So
Saw that. I really like that.
yeah,
That looks very nice.
so I would definitely send that to you
Please do.
so you can check it out. So I've kind of been I got it on Facebook for people to see. So
Cool.
kind of get your feedback. You know, I like people's feedback now. So
Oh, absolutely. Feedback is
yeah.
very important to have. Yes.
So what do you like? What do you like about being an artist and a poet?
What I like about being an artist and poet, I have unlimited opportunities to be creative. There's many different ways to express yourself. I like the sense of, like how you mentioned about feedback. I always appreciate feedback as well. I like people's reaction to how they feel when they hear one of my poems or look at a piece of my artwork. And I just I like how it makes me feel, and I take great pride in what I do, and I hope more people can take the advantage to give credit to people that are creatively talented in their life, and give them to be supportive and to be, and but yeah, I'd like to share. I'm hoping to share more of my creative stuff with lots of people in the future, and I just I'm very optimistic for the future, and hopefully, and it reaches more people in the future. So
that's good.
yes,
That is definitely good. I don't have it on here, but I'm just gonna put this out here right now.
Sure.
So, what do you see yourself? I'm trying to think. What do you see yourself doing in the near future? Like,
what do I see? Okay.
Like like your paintings I'm talking about. Like,
Okay, my paintings.
You see yourself like in a art gallery?
I would like to see my artwork in an art gallery. I'm hoping to publish another book with my artwork or just my poetry. I hope that my artwork is on display anywhere that makes people happy, whether it be anything. I mean, I had someone at my dentist office, and she's my hygienist. She bought one of my pieces that's at the coffee shop. And she's just been very supportive, and I told her, no, don't worry about that, how much, you don't owe me anything, you've just been very supportive, and I was just very grateful for that. And for a while she had my piece of artwork on display at their newer location, and now it's at her home, and I want more people to have my artwork at their home, or be like, oh, who did that piece of artwork? Wow, you should tell me about it. And then they could be like, oh, that's a local artist named Jeremy Pratt, and just that, and then it could get me, if more people want to contact me, my information to purchase my stuff. So
that's good to know. Thank you, Jeremy.
You're welcome, Angelique.
Okay. All right. Who are some of your favorite artists and poets?
Let's see. My favorite artists are Vincent van Gogh, Salvador Dali, he had this funny looking mustache. And let's see here. Who else do I like? Pablo Picasso.
I love him. Oh yeah, he's one of my favorites.
He's great. Yeah. Let's see. I like Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh yeah. See now you're talking all like a lot of these different artists I like. Oh yeah.
In terms of poets, I really like this man named Leonard Cohen. He was also a musician, and he's very inspired me quite a bit in my life, and still does. Other poets, Robert Frost, Dylan Thomas. There's so many. Langston Hughes.
I love Langston Hughes. Oh yeah. See, now you're talking. And I love Robert Frost. I heard about him. Yes.
And the neat thing about Robert Frost, he read at when President Kennedy was being inaugurated as our president.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he was, and when he.
Now that is history.
That is history. But yeah, so many, and then like there's so many artists I like too. There's anything from. I'm trying to think. Gosh, who else do I like? There's this artist named Paul Gauguin who was friends with Vincent van Gogh. They had they were quite close friends that were artists. But yeah, those are some of my favorites, I would say.
Well, that's good because you picked a couple of good flavors of mine too. So
I'm excited. Oh, good. That's
yeah. Now, I was gonna say, this one, I was gonna say who inspired your artwork, but before I get into that, I'm just gonna say who inspired you first.
Who inspired me? I would say my mother, first and foremost. My mother is a major supportive person in my life. Teachers that I've had throughout when I went to school made a big impact on my life. One of them is named Mr. Phillips. He was, or I can call him by Nate now that I'm one of his students. But yeah, I had him in 7th grade. Yeah, long time ago. And I had some great teachers in high school. Mr. Spielberger, Mr. Rapp, Miss Fordham. I had one, Mr. O'Donnell. I would love to see some of my former teachers, but because how there's maybe some really strict rules about how things are now, I'd have to see them out in person and
yeah.
And just, but I could maybe, and I know one of my this one teacher that taught at my high school who's still there is a science teacher, but he actually taught at a camp. He was a counselor at a camp before I was even in high school. So maybe I could try to arrange to see him. And like I mentioned about artists and poets, they're also people that have inspired me. My sister inspires me, and her children do, and even though they drive me kind of crazy.
Oh boy! So you're an uncle.
I'm an uncle. Yes, I'm an uncle of 3. A boy, Jack in high school and 2 nieces. Well, this is his first year of high school, I should say. And then I have 2 nieces.
Aww.
And one is in 7th grade, Brenna. She's the oldest of the girls. And the youngest is in 4th grade, Nora.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Now, who inspires your artwork and poetry?
My artwork and poetry is deeply inspired by a lot of artists of the past and today. There's all kinds of things that you can see on social media with artists or poets. I would say also even if music inspires me. Musicians, there's so much great music that inspires me, and that's where I get great ideas for my artwork and my poetry, because I will tend to name like a piece of artwork after a song. I just happen to like the title, or I'll just play around with words of that are in the title of a song. The artwork sometimes will be something that I liked that I saw in a movie, or I just liked, and then I'll try to do my own version of it. It's just so, but yeah, so it's a lot of people that are from the past and still to this day, and that inspire me. So
That's good to know. That's good.
Yes, it is good. Right.
All right. Well, we already talked about this already, so I don't even have to even ask that question.
Okay.
We already talked about you being at that cafe, so I don't have to ask that question.
Right. No, you don't have to ask that.
No, because I kind of got it up top, and I'm like, well, we already talked about that already, so, so I can chop that off. How did no, I ain't saying that. Okay, I don't have to say that. Okay. Now I just skip over all of that because we were talking about that already. Okay. Have you made any new? Well, we already talked about that already. Everything that we talked about, we already talked about already. So I don't even have to ask you those questions.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Where can we find any of your paintings, and where can we find you?
You can find some paintings, like I said, at a coffee shop called Coffee and Stone. I don't know the address offhand, but I know it's in North Tonawanda. Just look for the Riviera Theater, and across the street from the Riviera is the coffee shop. So all you have to type in is Coffee and Stone.
I can definitely. I'm definitely gonna go and check that out. So okay, good thing to know. All right, you heard that, my viewers. You go and check out the Riviera Theater, and across the street will be the cafe.
That's correct. Coffee and Stone.
Go and check out his artwork at the cafe.
You can also find my stuff on Facebook on a art page I have called Jeremy's Super Creative Arts. Feel free to look through the pictures. Give the page a like if you like what you see. I'm also on Instagram at Abstract Avenue 716.
Oh yeah, I always see that pop up every time. I'm on Instagram too, so.
That's right. Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
So much to see on there, as there is Facebook, and but yeah, that's where you can see.
Okay, well, good thing to know. You heard that, my viewers? Like I said, go and check him out in that cafe.
Right.
And tell it, and if he ain't there, tell him Angelique sent you.
That's right.
And I'm always supporting people, so I have to support Jeremy. So
I appreciate that, Angela.
all right. Well, I always have a positive vibe corner in my podcast, so this is a good question to ask you. What is something positive in your life that has been going on with you and Jeremy?
Recently?
It can be recently, yeah.
Okay. What's something positive? I would say because it's so hard to make friends in real life, I've been able to make friends thanks to like social media and other things like they're called Discord and Twitch. I've made friends from all around the world, and I mean even places that are hours ahead of us, like maybe about 5 hours ahead from us. That I have a friend also that lives in Sweden, actually. That's it. Yeah, very far away. Yes. And he's a super nice guy, and his name is Leo, and I think we inspire each other, and he's I would say that also he's another person that inspires me, and we talk a lot about music and movies, and he likes to do creative writing too, and I think he really wants to do stuff with writing as well. Not as much, I don't know if it's poetry, but more just like journalistic writing or whatever it may be. But yeah, I'm friends with all people. Like, gosh, I've talked to people that live in Texas to the UK, United Kingdom, England, to oh my gosh, so many different parts of the world. It's just
you really getting a lot of people. That's good.
It is good.
Yes, that's good. And I agree with you about that, because I've been talking to some really nice friends too. So
good for you.
Yes. And by the way, since we're talking about positive, and I gotta put that out there, my second book is actually almost done, by the way. Just kind of had to draw that out there. So
it's out now?
Not yet. It's almost, but I'll let you know.
Please do. That's great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put that out there. So
The Adventures of Olivia continue.
Yep, it's well, I will tell you the title and the theme. Well, I can't tell you everything. So it's actually called Olivia and the Flying Meatballs.
Flying.
Yeah, it's kind of funny and catchy, but it's really funny. We were just sitting, talking, me and Jim, and I kind of envision of having a food fight in the book. And Jim was the one that came up every time easy. How about we just name it Olivia and the Flying Meatballs? I'm like, I like that name. Okay, I like that name. And then at first we were gonna have like a contest to have people can help us out, and that didn't happen. That kind of fell through. So we didn't stick with that name. So. But it is kind of fun. So
nice.
And the theme of the book is being respectful and being polite to yourself and others. So
I like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Those are very. That's.
So I know I kind of put that out there for you. So, but I do have my first book in a bookstore. It's on Parkside. Across the street from the zoo.
Okay.
Is the Alice Ever After books. That's the name of the bookstore.
Allen's ever.
And Alice,
Alice.
books. I'll send you the name of it.
Okay, Alice. Okay, cool.
And they've been selling my books. They had sold 2, and then now I gave them another 2. So
that's great.
So that's still going good. Right? That's still going good. So I had to kind of throw that out there. So
wonderful.
Now since he told you all the social media that he is on, now I would tell you my social media that I'm on now.
Okay, please.
You can now use Android Chat Podcast. Yeah, I changed the name. Chat Podcast. Select me on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram at Android Chat Pod. You can also find me on TikTok as well at Boss Lady E14. My email, because I do have an email, my email is chitchat.podcastee@gmail.com. Yeah, I know. The name of it was Chit Chat, and then I can't rename it. That's why. Okay. And for some reason, every time I was trying to scroll to find it, it's like everybody had taken that name for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, Spotify, and you have to look at, because I'm on Spotify, and I had to scroll to find mine. And for some reason, I cannot find my, everybody had taken that for some reason.
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, duh. And at that email, you can even, I can't even talk. Yeah. And at that email, if you want to book to be on there with me, you can. Now, since I read my social media, now you get to hear Mr. Jeremy recite his poem, The Glowing Woman.
Yes.
So go ahead, Jeremy, you want.
Thank you, Angelique. Yes. The Glowing Woman. She's so beautiful. The way she moves is amazing. She has the power of 100,000 suns. I want to touch that light. The question is, will she welcome me with open arms? Time passes on. As I wait patiently for an answer, I'm hoping for a positive outcome. She attracts me like no other. The signal to move forward has begun. I proceed to walk over to the glowing woman. As I approach her with uncertainty, you have been through a lot, she says. Allow me to heal you. How do you know that? I have foreseen it, she says. Why am I struggling right now? You're not listening to your heart as often anymore, she says. Find peace of mind again. I thank the glowing woman for her guidance. She smiled and disappeared. So.
Oh, now that is nice. I like that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I am your host, Andrew Everett. Well, hold up. I think I read this one. Oh yeah, I'm reading it right. I'm about to say, no, I'm reading it right. I am your host, Angelique Everett. No, I did not read that right. Sorry about that, y'all. I got a car and the board, so I was like, okay. This has been another episode of Angelique Chat Podcast. There we go. So now I'm reading it right. Now I want to say thanks to my special guest. Thanks, Jeremy.
You're welcome, Angelique. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming.
Yeah. I just had to have you, like I said. So, thanks for coming out with your busy schedule for you to be a part of Angelique Chat Pod with me. It's been an honor.
It has been an honor.
Now I can read. Now I can read right off the board now. I am your host, Angelique Everett. And I'll holla right back at y'all next time.